Hello, McLaughlin families. My name is Julia Dudley, and I'm the principal here at McLaughlin. I'm here with some updates for the month of March. Here at McLaughlin, our expectations centered around being safe, being responsible, and being respectful. Our largest safety expectation here on campus, one that we talk about all the time and applies everywhere on campus, is CAFUTI. You might have heard your students talk about CAFUTI before. It stands for Keep Your Hands, Feet, and Other Objects to Yourself. It's really about staying in your personal bubble and not stealing other people's things, using other people's things, or touching other students to solve our issues. We find that in the spring we have to reteach this expectation, something about it getting sunny outside. Our middle schoolers get a little more excited, so we'd appreciate if you'd speak to your student about the same at home. We have conferences coming up next week. We're very excited on Tuesday and Wednesday. They'll be running very similar to the fall. Conferences will be from noon to 3 and 4 to 7. Last name A through L on Tuesday and M through Z on Wednesday. But if you're not available on your assigned date, you're welcome to come on the other day. Our conferences will be student-led and our teachers will be in their content teams. This week, we have Escape the Vape Week. Our students will be participating in 4 lessons from the Catch My Breath program, which is an evidence-based program for preventing youth vaping. The outcomes are there if you're interested, as well as the website if you want to learn more. But our goal here is really to educate our students about the physical and mental impacts of vaping at the middle school level and give them some tools to influence their peers and resist peer pressure around vaping. I highly recommend that all of our families talk to their students about vaping, even if you think there's no way your student would ever vape. It's important to have these conversations so that they've thought about these things if they ever are confronted with vaping, or if they know others who are and they can be a positive influence to their peers. Vapes, I will tell you, are getting sneakier and sneakier as we go. This is what vapes often look like. They're flavored in unfortunately fun flavors like watermelon and unicorn and different things. And so it is important that we have these conversations with our kiddos and that you are looking in their rooms and in their items for these things. I do want to highlight this is this is something that we saw came out over the summer where we have vapes that look like highlighters, so they're very hidden. I was at a conference this summer for school counselors where they had a model booth around preventing vaping, and they had these vapes that go into straws. And so like a student's walking around with a Polar Pop, and that straw is attached to a vape, and through their straw they can vape, and you think that they're just drinking out of a soda. So it's very much a moving target. I describe it like we're trying to catch smoke. And so the best thing we know we can do here at McLaughlin is educate our students, and we appreciate you having those conversations with your students at home as well. We're also blessed here at MAC to have the support of a student assistance professional through our ESD. Paulina Valdez is wonderful. She supports our students through small groups and individual support. She can also refer out for community resources around substance abuse and mental health. So if your student is struggling with vaping or with their mental health, she's a great resource that you can lean on, and her contact information is right there. McLaughlin was recently selected as a demonstration site for University of Washington school-based mental health. We have been working this year on implementing these practices and moving forward, and I wanted to share a little bit with families on what this means for MAC. So we're implementing a multi-tiered support for mental health alongside our social, emotional, and behavioral supports. It supports school-wide practices as well as things in individual classrooms and supports for individual students. So you'll hear more about that as we move forward. Professional learning for our school staff around mental health and student needs, and then parent education as well on supporting your child's mental health. And this month, we really wanted to focus on the importance of sleep with our families. This graphic below is from the CDC, and you'll notice, so ages 6 to 12, which is some of our middle schoolers, 11, 12, 9 to 12 hours of sleep is what's recommended, and 13, when to become a teenager, it's 8 to 10 hours of sleep. So I know many of our students share with us that they are staying up late, they are doing lots of different things, and that they're not getting enough sleep, and that really doesn't set them up for success here at school when they come to school and they're sleep deprived. Some things you can do as a parent is helping your students stick to a consistent sleep schedule. It might feel like, oh, they're in middle school now, they don't need a bedtime. They still do. They really do, to help ensure that they fall asleep and that they get appropriate sleep to be successful here at school. So thinking about a time that they can stick to on the weekends, or having specific times for weekends and school nights. And then really important when it comes to sleep quality is limiting light exposure and technology use in the evenings. There's two different ways that you can think about this. You can limit when. You could have like a social media or a cell phone, or if it's a computer game or video game, time where all of those things need to be shut off. And then where. I highly recommend that we don't have our students have cell phones in their rooms at night. It's just too tempting to be on social media or be messaging your friends all night long, and there isn't any supervision during that time. So that's one way you could help your child get more sleep, is by saying no to having those technologies in their bedroom, or to setting a specific time where this is going to be our sleep time, so we're going to put those things away. So we just wanted to share this. We are seeing this regularly at school, where students are coming to school very tired, falling asleep, or struggling to engage. And then some important dates for this month. We have a band concert next Monday. We had a wonderful choir and orchestra concerts last week. Conference week, like I said, is coming up. We release at 10:40 in the morning during conferences week, so Tuesday through Friday next week. That'll be our release time. World Down Syndrome Day is next Thursday, and we are going to rock our socks, so feel free to help your student wear some fun socks to school. We have an early release for spring break on the Friday before spring break, and we release at 10:35. Someone asked me why those two release times are different. I'm not sure, but that's just the way it is, so we release 5 minutes early when it's not conferences. Spring break, April 1st through 5th. And then right after spring break, I just wanted to make sure you know that the last day of quarter 3 is coming up quickly. So be watching for final deadlines for teachers for accepting work, for their final time that they will be accepting late work. And then I always like to highlight, if you need support with your student, please feel free to reach out to our grade level teams or any of our support staff. Email is a great way to get a hold of your student's counselor or administrator. We can follow up with you through phone, or schedule an appointment. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.